For ultimate team coins, check out FIFA Coins online. You're right guys, it's CapgunTom here and I am back for another episode of Trading to a Million. Now the reason this episode comes so quickly after the last episode is because you guys managed to get that video up to 500 likes like I asked. In fact, you managed to get it to 650, which is pretty incredible. So as I said, I would do this video on the Wednesday for you. Now I'm going to say for this video, if you can continue that on and get this video 600 likes, I'll put the next episode of this up on Sunday, so something in it for you. Anyway, let's jump straight into my trade pile, see what I picked up. I didn't get all that much, but I'm going to be making a little bit of profit. As you can see, the silver informed centre back that I talked about last time, I had a whole load of him in my club, like 4 of him that I picked up for around the 5 to 7.5k mark, have actually sold on. I sold them on for a bit more than I was expecting. I was expecting around the 10k mark, managed to get rid of a couple of them for about 14k. As you can see, 14k, 13k, and then the other two went for 10,250 and 11,500. So some pretty good profit on those, at least 3 or 4k on each player. So that's a little tip for you at the end of the team of the week. Just pick up some of these, discard priced informs. They do seem to, pick up value pretty quickly. So you don't need to worry about that. You can make a few coins that way. Anyway, moving on to what I bought today. Don't know why those haven't cleared out the trade pile, we'll just leave them there. But you can see that I've picked up this guy, this Hunt. I picked him up for 9,900. Pretty much got him for discard price. He is only 77 rated overall and almost a discard inform. However, I went and checked his price and the lowest buy now for him is actually around the 16,500 mark. So if we put him up for 16,500 for 12 hours, he should sell on. So that's going to be a very nice tidy bit of profit there on that 9,000 investment, at least 6k profit off that. So we'll list him up. Now the other players I bid, I actually was doing a bit of mass bidding technique on the Hulks. Didn't really pick all that many of them up, so not that much profit either on any of the cards. I did manage to pick up a lot of this guy. Now Lama is a brand new transferred player to Swansea, Belgian, 90 pace. I was picking him up in the 4-1-2-1-2 and the 4-3-3 in the intention of changing him over. You can see that the Lama's there, 4-1-2-1-2. I picked them up for that one guy got for 1,900. Not sure why I picked that one up, but this one got for 1,000. This one I got for 1,400, and they're going to be going up for, I believe, about 2,100. So a decent bit of profit on those players. Now I'm going to show you a little technique called the position switching technique. I think that you guys will probably already know how to do it, but I'm just going to show you anyway. Now the lowest buy now of a left wing 4-3-3 is on the market at the moment is 3,000 coins. I picked this one up for 2,200 because I thought it was below the price that he could be sold for. Now I picked him up in the left mid version, which is what he originally comes in for, 900 coins, which is nothing. Now if I send that back to club, and I've also got a left mid to left wing card. You can see I picked this one up for 1,000, this one up for 800. I'm going to send them both back to club as well. I've managed to get 2 of the left mid version in a 4-3-3 for cheap. So what we need to do now is head over to the active squad, click on the left mid position, add. There's our Lama, and all we do is we just apply the consumable to him, the left mid to left wing. So in total this one cost me, if we use the 900 and 1,000 coin one, that means he's going to cost me 1,900 coins to get to this sort of state where he's now in a left wing 4-3-3, and I will be selling him on for 3k. So that's a profit of about 1,000 coins. Now there are a few places that you can make money on doing this method. It's quite easy to find them. You just have to look about. The ones I really recommend are probably centre mids in a 4-1-2-1-2, moving them either to CDM or cam, or the vice versa, moving like a 4-3-3 left mid into a left wing position, or like a 4-1-2-1-2 left wing into a left mid position. Although I think left wing to left mid is actually quite expensive, so you'd have to be very careful. It's all just about checking prices, guys. So that's basically the trading technique. Now I'm going to list these up. I'm not going to make you watch me do it because I've already rambled on for a long time, but I will be back when I have managed to sell them all. So time has now passed. We'll jump into the trade pile, see what we've sold. Managed to sell that inform Hunt for 16,500. That's a good profit there, probably about 6k after tax, I'd imagine. We have managed to sell both Hulks. They went for 8,800 and 8,000, I believe 300. Then all the Lamas have sold except 2. I've managed to get rid of all the 4-3-3 ones. They went pretty quickly for 2,900 each. although some of them have been changed to different formations. The 4-1-2-1-2 is also equally selling just as well. And then there are two that have not sold. I'm going to put them up again and obviously sell them that way. Now what I'll do is I'll go off, find some more players, and then I'll be back when I've managed to get a whole trade pile full. So I am back. I've picked up a few players. The most important point of this episode is that we are now over 200,000 coins, which is a great achievement. I think we're about 8 episodes in, so not doing too badly. Hopefully we're going to accelerate our amount of profit each episode from now on. So what I'm going to show you is my trade pile. Here are all the players that I've picked up. Now it's all one guy bar one card, and they're all this guy Gundagen or Gundarhagen, or however you want to say his name. Now he's non-rare. He plays in the Bundesliga for a very popular club. He's German, and he has basically the best pace in the central mid position that you can find default. So he is a very, very good player. A lot of people actually play him in their teams, despite the fact that he is non-rare. Now, the best thing about non-rares is that people just generally don't realise how much they're worth. I mean, I was picking this guy up for anything between 350 coins to about 1,000, and most of these are on buy it nows. You see there are 433 for 350 coins. Most of these were on buy it now. I did pick up a lot through bidding as well on open bid. So what I did was I went through, I found the lowest buy it now of this player. You can see I've got it preset here. So if I go to 800, if I do a search, you'll see that there are actually a few here. I think the lowest is about 700 coins. And I was basically just, whenever something cropped up that was you know, below that price, I just keep doing this search over and over again. Whenever something came up, I just buy it. Especially in the good formations, I'd buy it straight away if it was in a good formation. If it was in a bad formation, I'd probably pick it up for around 400 coins. And you know, I picked up some real good bargains. I mean, if I show you what the lowest buy now of a 442 card is, or 442 version of this guy, you'll actually see the sort of profit I'm making on them. I should be making about 1,000 coins on him. I mean, there's one for 1,900 there, 1,700. These three have just literally been put up in the last minute. That one up 1,300. These have all just been put up in the last 2 minutes since I last went and checked. So I'm not too bothered about them. They will sell pretty quickly. They do sell for about 1,900 coins. I've seen multiple ones go for about 1,900 coins today. So that's what I'll be listing mine up for, and just basically waiting it out. I'll list them up overnight. I'm not going to show you me selling all of these because there's no point. You guys will see it in the start of the next episode. So that's how I was picking all of these up. I also ran across this Bender. He starts as a CDM. Now the reason I picked him up was because he's only 950. A CDM to CM card is probably about 1,500 coins on its own. So this guy you probably sell on for about 2,000 coins without a problem. So that's what I'll be listing him up for. So this sort of technique that I've shown you guys is pretty much for you guys with low amounts of coins. If you want to think of it, you can either, when you're trading, you can either go for big hits but on less frequently, or you can go for lots of little bits of profit on a more frequent basis, like I am here. Like I'm only spending like 300 or 400 coins and hoping to get about 400 or 500 back, which is actually a really good return on your money. The only thing is that you obviously have to be putting in a lot of bids, playing a lot of auction wars and stuff like that. So that's just the advice I can give you there. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this little video. Please drop it a like, that would be really appreciated. But other than that, I will leave it there, and I will see you all next time.